the grace from my skin with fire. I'm the arsonist of my own history. Rebirth is a violent train. Watch the sky peel back like old paint. Everything burns at the same temperature, especially the sights. The past is a weight in my pockets. Stones gathered from a dry creek bed, drowning on dry land in this heat. You call it a collapse, I call it an architectural correction. The pillars are rotting, the foundation is teeth and rust. I am the wolf in the vestry. Bury the hatchet in the floorboards next to the marriage license. And a hollow promiser. Listen to the silence of the gods you bought. The ledger is empty. The debt is paid in ash. Look me in the eye. Does the heat scare you? It should. Rage is the only honest breath. I'm the daughter of the furnace now. Break the mold, break the jaw of the world. Let the darkness swallow the sun. I'm walking through the wreckage, hand in hand with the disaster. No more wings, just iron and spine. Iron and spine. Watch the salt with kerosene. Watch the salt with kerosene. I am the fire that survived. Let it all go. The ivory throne dissolves into salt. My fingers trace the jagged edge of extinction. Centuries of adoration become the tinder I exhale. The breath of a dying star. Your temples fall beneath my love is blown through. Behold the collapse of your fragile order. My blood is a black oil of the abyss. Seeping into the foundations of the earth. I offer only the purity of the void. Incinerate the firmament. My weeping eyes ignite the world. The flame consumes. Rebirth is forged in the furnace of my life. The age of man is a brave and pissed smoke. I wear the crown of the coming worships. Crush the bones of the old gods. Fire speaks my name. The dark water is a brave and make the hate. There is a answer I can't have. Scream into the airless night. There is no rescue. There is only the hate. Horizon melts into a jagged line of red. I watch the cities blacken and curl like paper. Every soul is a spark lost in my heartbreak. I am the queen of the charred remains, the master of the infinite vacuum. The fire cleans is what the light could not consume. The breath of the living. Transform the world into a mirror of my agony. The darkness is a cloak I wrap around the sun. Everything ends in my embrace. Finality descends. The fire is cold. The dark is absolute alone. Monarch of the ash. Each of man is a brief and bitter smoke. I wear the crown of the coming silence. Destruction is my only worship. Horizon melts into a jagged line of red. I watch the cities blacken and grow like paper. I am the queen of the charm remains, the master of the infinite vacuum. The fire cleans is what the light could not. Transform the world into a mirror of my agony. The darkness is a cloak I wrap around the sun. Everything ends in my embrace. Crush the bones of the old gods. The fire speaks my name. The dark one arises to meet the hate. Scream into the airless night. Ooh, there is no rescue. There is only the horizon melts into a jagged line of red. I watch the cities blacken and curl like paper. I am the queen of the gyrate maze, the master of the infinite vacuum. The fire cleans is what the light could not. Transform the world into a mirror of my agony. The darkness is a cloak I wrap around the sun. Everything ends by I embrace. Finality descends. Logic snaps under the weight. The stone skin of the world peels. I witness the sun go black. Pressure screams in every vein. A choir of grinding teeth. The horizon falls like paper. The failure of the flesh begins. Total terminal decline. Behold the architecture of failure. The final silence takes hold. Darkness breathes inside the chest. Revenge is a cold structure. The end is a blinding way. The end is a blinding way. Shut up. Crush, sever, erode, collapse, erupt. The void is absolute. The void is hungry. The void is hungry. Language failed the human mind. Now the marrow turns to ice. No light remains to burn. Just the friction of dying atoms. I am the weapon of the void. I am the witness, jam and break. Savage truth is all that remains. Behold the architecture of failure. The final silence takes hold. Darkness breathes inside the chest. The end is a blinding weight. The silence is deafening, deafening. The void is home. Nothingness, nothingness, collapse. The sun is a black hole, black rain on the tongue. Crush the past it does, crush the past it does. Everything we built is gone, skin peels from the bone. strike the night. Standing, the last fall is my war. Steel teeth bite the marrow, nerves snap like dry wood, internal furnace ignites, vomiting black bile. Betrayal is a blade, twisted in the gut, no mercy in the wreckage, only hate remains. Acid, blood in the pump, heart beats a war drum. Skin peels from the blast, identity's ash, you sold the truth. Now by the funeral, my hands are lean, my eyes are glass. Raise the foundation. Chaos is the master. Violence is the law. Scars turn to armor. Pain is the fuel. The soul is dead. Lacerate the sky, sulfur in the lungs. The end is a fist coming for your throat. Total detonation, absolute zero. Forged in the fire, screaming in the dark. Furnace breach. Dead. Toss the fuel on the flame, skin melts off the bone. I am raw and broken, take the impurities away. One light by my side, liquid fire in the veins. Strip the softness out, leave only the hate. Burn it all, pound the spirit flag. Harder than the earth, dying to be born, rising from the dirt. I am the blade, tempered in the blood. I am the steel, screaming for the cut. Sharp, sharp, cold, forging the edge. Hammer on the anvil, crush the bone to dust. Bending under pressure, never gonna snap. Metal meets the heat, forced into the shape. Master of the pain, there is no escape.
piercing dark. The steam is my breath, the iron is my heart.
No more feeling now, only the hardness stays. Brittle world will break against my sharpened fist. Reborn, fearless revenge, darkness rising, I am the end. Forging the edge.
Kerosene baptism, scrub the grace from my skin with fire. I'm the arsonist of my own history.
Rebirth is a violent trade. Watch the sky peel back like all paint. Everything burns at the same temperature. The past is a weight in my pockets. Stones gathered from a dry creek bed, treading on dry land in this heat. You call it a collapse, I call it architectural correction. The pillars are rotting, the foundation's deep and rust. I am the wolf in the vestry, burying the hatchet in the floorboards, next to the marriage license and the hollow promises.
Listen to the silence of the god you bought. The ledger is empty, the debt is paid in ash. Look me in the eye, does the heat scare you? It should. Rage is the honest prayer. I'm the daughter of the furnace now. Break the mold, break the jaw of the world. Let the darkness swallow the sun. I'm walking through the wreckage, hand in hand with the disaster.
No more waste, just iron and spine.
Wash the salt with kerosene, Nothing left but my own name. Crush the past to the ground. I am the fire, I am the war. Non-stop chaos, non-stop pain. Chaos in my blood, the survivor in the rain. Burn, nothing survive except the flame. Woke up in the ashes, skin burning black. They took my crown, I'm taking it back. No more hiding, deep in the dark. I found the flint, I struck the spark. Grinding teeth, screaming lungs, speaking truth in iron tongues. I am the fire, I am the war, ripping through the steel, breaking down the door, chaos my blood. We will survive, I will survive. I break the chains, break the chains, right, break the blind. Engines are screaming, iron on stone. I'm coming for you, you're all alone. Taste the thunder, feel the weight. I am the master of my own fate. No more mercy, no more lies. Look at the hate inside my eyes. I am the fire, I am the war, ripping through the steel, breaking down the door, chaos my blood. Glory will survive, I will survive. I break the chains, break the chains, right, break the Pound the anvil, feed the flame.